What's up, y'all? Welcome to Talk Story to Me Studios. I am your host, Creole Josh. Today is another entry into our What If the series. And to be honest, I'm really surprised that I did not come up with it sooner, but it doesn't matter. We're here now. Today's What If the series is all about Batman Beyond. Okay, so for those of you who do not know, Batman Beyond is the future Batman. Bruce Wayne's old, it's Neo Gotham. It's this young cat named Terry McGinnis who Bruce took in after he saved him from being beat up. The backstory, the origin story, if you will, for Terry McGinnis, there's a few different ones, like depending on where you're looking. The one I prefer and am most intimately familiar with is the one that Dwayne McDuffie and Bruce Timm did in Justice League Unlimited, where basically Amanda Waller says, world's always going to need a Batman. So Terry's mom goes into the hospital. She thinks there's a routine shot for her body. But instead, she's being coded with Bruce Wayne's DNA, which means that the next time she gets to making that sweet censored whoopee with Terry's dad, it's not Terry's dad's DNA that's being contributed to her body. So what you basically have is Terry McGinnis is half his mom, half Bruce Wayne. Later on down the line, his dad gets killed anyways. Like I said, when Terry's a little older, he gets in a fight with a bunch of people. Bruce Wayne comes across and saves him. Becomes Batman Beyond. Okay, that's a cool story. What if Batman Beyond was black? And not just black. What if Batman Beyond was Afro-Boricua? What? What? Okay, follow me here. Batman Beyond, because it's the future, his mask already covers his face. That's organic to the character. So we don't have to worry about reinventing the Batman mask because, oh my gosh, what people know is nobody's gonna be able to see it, but already no one can see Batman Beyond. The motivation, right, for Terry McGinnis to beat Batman Beyond is just this kid who's like, hey, he's kind of a punk kid, but it resonates some more if it's an Afro-Boricua kid because he's not just a punk kid. You can also throw in dealing with racism and all that type of thing. That whole thing, not being allowed to speak Spanish around white people, just you can really go in. And so he's got this edge. Also, he's East Coast, you know. Boricua, Bronx, baby, you know, they got that edge. So he's got this edge. And he gets this opportunity to be that man. So you keep it. So Amanda Waller, same thing. Puerto Rican mom, he's got a black dad. Puerto Rican mom goes in, gets shot. So now he's half Puerto Rican, half Bruce Wayne, got a black dad. A little older, same thing. Bruce Wayne saves him. Boom, he becomes Batman Beyond. But Josh, isn't that highly problematic? That you had this Puerto Rican woman's DNA messed with? Like, there's history about how problematic that is. You are 100% right. Which is why the big reveal at the end of the first episode, or about 3/4 of the way into the film, whichever direction you want to go with it, when he's having this real dark night of the soul moment, the big reveal is that the DNA override didn't take. It happened. Amanda Waller said the world's always going to need a Batman. She is a black woman who basically tells white people what to do for a living. So the white people she controls in the medical field, they went and they did give his Puerto Rican mom the shot. However, what everyone finds out is that it didn't take. So Terry, well, we have to change his last name. Terry could be short for Terrence. We can keep the first name, but we'd have to change his last name because McGinnis is definitely Irish. So Terry was trained by Bruce Wayne, but all of Terry's intelligence, his physical abilities, that's all him. That's all him from his mom and his dad, right? And so now you have this bigger story about how Batman is not just for white people, how anybody can be Batman. This meta conversation about how the Waynes and the Drakes aren't the only super smart people. And you can do this organically, right? So you have that aspect. He can fight. And then, he's got to stylize his suit because Puerto Ricanos, they love their flag, man. They love the flag. So somewhere in his Batman Beyond outfit, you know, you see a little hint of the Puerto Rican flag. And then you have this dude who's fighting crime. But just picture this scene where Batman of the future, Batman Beyond, he's fighting this crime. He passes, you know, one of the kids on the street. The kid looks up, confused, doesn't really know what's going on. He just knows that his life just got saved. And our Batman Beyond talks to him in Spanish. What? Huh? That doesn't happen. Or a different scene. Like, you know, the Key and Peele skit where it's like Obama going down like, hey. Then he sees a black guy like, ah. Not quite that elaborate, but something like that, where when our Batman Beyond sees black people or people of color, he does little stuff that black and brown people will recognize, like, oh, there's somebody like me under that mask. And that's just in that world. Imagine what this does for the world at large. For little black and brown kids to look up and be like, oh my God, Batman in actual canon looks like me. Is Afro-Boricua. There's the legacy of Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne expires, and then comes the legacy of Terry, whatever his last name would be. Amazing. So, I think that's an extremely, extremely powerful and organic way to go. It's a fantastic what if. And, you know, DC has so many things going on with how they shuffle their universes that it really would not be difficult to make our Batman Beyond, the Afro-Boricua Batman Beyond, the one and only Batman Beyond. Even if it's as simple as saying Terry McGinnis was one of Bruce Wayne's failed mechanical experiments and was never really a person. Whatever. There's a lot of creative ways, but what if Batman Beyond was Afro-Boricua? Talk story to me, baby. Talk that story to me!